top law school graduate, failed her first law firm interview and was dismissed. The interviewer noticed whiteout stains on her white shirt. Her shoes and socks were dirty. More importantly, she was late for the interview. After rushing in, she started adjusting her clothes in front of the interviewer. The high-achieving student was named Hyo-min. She hurriedly took the subway early in the morning for her interview at Yullim Law Firm. A passenger left a book on the seat next to her. She picked it up and got engrossed, causing her to be late. After apologizing, she barged into the interview room, but as soon as she sat down, she was dismissed by litigation team head Seok-hoon. Seok-hoon stated that lawyers bill by the hour. He could not tolerate tardiness. Hyo-min refused to accept rejection. She said she would wait outside. If the interviewers changed their minds, they could call her any time. A lawyer recognized Hyo-min as the champion of the 12th National Law School Moot Court competition. Seok-hoon was also present at that competition. Hyo-min delivered an outstanding performance, speaking confidently and logically on stage. The firm had already offered her a position then, but Hyo-min chose their competitor's law firm instead, though no one knew why she didn't join them, and instead came for an interview at their firm. The interviewer decided to give her another chance. Hyo-min and 3 others faced the interviewer's questions. The first question was, a man was hit by a car while crossing the street. His arm was severed and fell onto the road. A passerby picked up the arm and ran off. The man sued for the return of his arm. How would the court rule? The other 3 believed the plaintiff would win. Their reasoning, the plaintiff was the arm's owner. Hyo-min disagreed. She argued the plaintiff's claim might be rejected because it couldn't be proven the plaintiff owned the arm. The plaintiff would need another legal basis to get it back. The next question was about a train driver's choice to run over a technician to save 100 passengers. A speeding train suddenly encountered a massive boulder ahead. If it continued straight, 100 passengers would die. If it turned right, the technician would be crushed. After weighing the options, the driver chose to turn right. Does this constitute murder? The other 3 all agreed it wasn't murder, because turning right saved more lives. Hyo-min disagreed again. She argued that deliberately switching the track was intentional. Choosing to turn right despite knowing it would kill the technician met the criteria for murder. But morally, the driver wasn't wrong. Moral and legal standards don't always align. This is a challenge legal professionals always face. Hyo-min's answer impressed the interviewers. She passed the interview and became the firm's junior lawyer. During the onboarding meeting, each department competed to recruit new hires. They boasted about salaries, bonuses, and benefits. Only Seok-hoon from the litigation team broke the mood. He said there was no work-life balance in his team. First-year lawyers there only worked early mornings to late nights. Performance bonuses were rarely paid on time. After the presentation, new hires chose their preferred teams. All teams were full except litigation. Yet, Hyo-min confidently chose litigation in front of everyone. Team leaders from other departments envied Hyo-min joining litigation, but Seok-hoon refused to take her. He believed her first choice was another firm. She only applied to theirs after being rejected elsewhere. Also during the interview, her phone screen was cracked, her shirt collar was stained, and her shoes were worn. These details showed she didn't care about her appearance. She couldn't be a proper elite lawyer. Hyo-min defended herself. She explained why she wanted to be a lawyer. Love comes in many forms in this world, but love can also hurt. When pain becomes unbearable, people turn to the law. They sue to protect their happiness, to fight for their right to pursue happiness. She wanted to represent such people. Hyo-min's answer earned Seok-hoon's respect. She secured her place in the litigation team. The assistant assigned tasks to the 4 new hires. First, Hyo-min from the litigation team was sent to observe the Gangdong City gas consultation case. She could request a car. A luxury vehicle with a dedicated driver would take her there. The backup choice, those who had litigation as their second preference, were sent elsewhere. They had to take public transportation. The 2 last-minute additions to the litigation team, 1 man and 1 woman, had to walk to a rural construction site for an investigation. When Seok-hoon reviewed their reports, he found some confusing legal terms, others riddled with typos. Only Hyo-min's report was flawless. Hyo-min didn't let it go to her head. After work, she stayed up late organizing materials for her gas consultation case. The next day, she attended the gas company's shareholder meeting. There, she uncovered irregularities. For the past 7 years, only Hot Spring Village's revenue had plummeted. What was the reason? The company dismissed her, thinking she was just a procedural lawyer with no right to details. They refused to answer her questions. Undeterred, Kang Hyo-min took a car to Hot Spring Village to investigate. Because of her unauthorized investigation, she was marked absent twice without notice. As soon as she arrived at the office, the assistant dragged her to Seok-hoon to apologize. She was told to say nothing, just apologize sincerely. But Seok-hoon wouldn't listen. He accused her of being undisciplined and immediately fired her. Kang Hyo-min fought back. Seok-hoon is the one who acts on his own. We're lawyers, at least give me a chance to defend myself before deciding. He gave her 2 minutes. Kang Hyo-min presented her findings. For 7 years, Hot Spring Village's gas fees had dropped sharply. Yet bathhouses, the biggest gas consumers, should have had higher bills, not lower. Her field investigation revealed the bathhouses operated 24/7. Such a drop in gas fees meant someone had falsified the data. Seok-hoon admired her initiative, but warned her. This wouldn't excuse her unexcused absences and tardiness. If she took matters into her own hands again, she'd face consequences. The trial began soon after. As the gas company's lawyer, Kang Hyo-min walked into the courtroom carrying 2 files. The prosecutor argued that the defendants had removed the original pipes between the gas mains and meters. They had installed homemade copper pipes to illegally siphon city gas. The judge stated that without proof of the stolen gas volume, the trial couldn't proceed. Kang Hyo-min said she could calculate the amount. She pulled out her files and explained she had visited every bathhouse. She reviewed audit reports and calculated the stolen gas over 7 years, along with its estimated market value. With Kang Hyo-min's evidence, the trial resumed. The prosecutor reported total losses at around 3.8 billion won. Due to the large sum, they requested a heavier sentence for the defendants. The defendants immediately protested. They claimed they were small businesses just trying to save on gas bills. They even argued that a gas monopoly with elite lawyers was unfairly targeting powerless merchants. Kang Hyo-min stood up. She pointed out that the gas company was made up of ordinary citizens. Meter readers braved extreme weather to check usage. Engineers endured boiler room heat to keep systems running. Yet the company's losses would ultimately be passed on to honest, hard-working merchants. They were the ones who truly needed legal protection. Kang Hyo-min's words crushed the defendants' excuses. After the trial, gas company executives rushed to hire Kang Hyo-min as their lawyer. Seeing Kang Hyo-min surrounded by clients, Seok-hoon couldn't help but smile. After work, Kang Hyo-min went for dinner with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend expressed regret that she hadn't joined his first-choice law firm. To spend more time together, he suggested they move in. Kang Hyo-min declined, wanting to prioritize her career. After the meal, her boyfriend ran into an acquaintance, a fellow lawyer. He introduced Kang Hyo-min as his fiancée, mentioning her father was a judge and her mother a law professor. Pleased by the lawyer's praise, her boyfriend smiled. But Kang Hyo-min felt she was being used as a trophy. She asked what he loved about her. He dismissed her romantic notions, saying marriage couldn't rely only on feelings. Her family background and excellent genes were part of why he loved her. He wanted to pass on his genes, have a proud wife, and raise their children in privilege. Kang Hyo-min took note of his words and planned to talk to him properly later. A man diagnosed with testicular cancer had sperm frozen before surgery. But poor hospital storage destroyed it, ruining his chance to father a child. In rage, he smashed medical equipment worth 400 million won. Seok-hoon, representing defendant Mr. Park, came to discuss the case. Mr. Park had lost hope in lawyers who only cared about fees. He assumed Seok-hoon was just going through the motions. Seok-hoon admitted the case was unlikely to win conventionally. But he wasn't bound by rigid legal approaches. He'd find a way outside the courtroom. This gave Mr. Park new hope. He revealed his cancer diagnosis and how the hospital's negligence destroyed his sperm. The hospital at fault had dismissed his suffering and even sued him for damages. After learning the full story, Seok-hoon led Kang Hyo-min and others to negotiate with the hospital's lawyers. Coincidentally, the hospital's lawyer happened to be Kang Hyo-min's boyfriend. The boyfriend immediately accused Mr. Park of destroying property and obstruction of business. If the case went to trial, the compensation would double. Mr. Park could even be detained immediately. Out of special consideration, the hospital was willing to show mercy. They only demanded 400 million won for the damaged property if they reached a settlement. Yoon Seok-hoon countered. The defendant, Mr. Park, was demanding 500 million won from the hospital for destroying his sperm. After deducting the 400 million won for damages, the hospital should pay Mr. Park an extra 100 million won. Hearing this, the boyfriend declared the negotiation failed. They would meet in court. Kang Hyo-min realized Yoon Seok-hoon had just been bluffing. He admitted it. Negotiations weren't about legal theory, they were about leverage. Now they needed a game-changing move to force the hospital to settle. He assigned the task to Kang Hyo-min and the transferred new hire. They were to talk to Mr. Park and find more bargaining chips. Mr. Park said the case involved sensitive topics. He felt uncomfortable with a female lawyer present. Kang Hyo-min immediately offered to wait outside while the new hire spoke to him. Yoon Seok-hoon sighed. Mr. Park sees you as a woman, not a lawyer. If you can't even stand up for yourself, how can you protect clients? Kang Hyo-min angrily waved her hands in the air. The new lawyer spent 2 hours talking with Mr. Park. Then they gave Kang Hyo-min the recording. Kang Hyo-min listened repeatedly. She noticed Mr. Park mentioned the word monster in the recording. She went to see Mr. Park. Seeing he was still uncomfortable, she said, "Even in school, we practice medical terms. Words others avoid are just normal terms for us." Her words eased Mr. Park's worries. Their talk went smoothly. Afterward, Kang Hyo-min excitedly told Yoon Seok-hoon, "We found our game changer." The trial started soon. In court, Yoon Seok-hoon insisted on demanding 500 million won. The judge called it an outrageous sum. He asked Yoon Seok-hoon to explain. Yoon Seok-hoon handed the floor to Mr. Park. He guided Mr. Park to tell his story. Mr. Park stood up and looked toward the entrance. Everyone followed his gaze. A woman with half her face burned entered. Mr. Park introduced her as his wife. They had been in love and decided to marry. But right after his proposal, she was in a car explosion. Half her face was disfigured. The tragedy destroyed her. After her release, she avoided him. But he loved her deeply. He kept appearing before her, reaffirming his love. He wanted to hold their wedding as planned. Touched by his persistence, she finally agreed. But when trying on the wedding dress, she collapsed again. Seeing herself in the mirror, she ran away. The turning point came when she saw her sister's baby. The soft, sweet infant renewed her desire for life. She wanted a child to inherit her healthy appearance. They finally married. Unfortunately, Mr. Park was diagnosed with testicular cancer while trying to conceive. Surgery could cure him but rob him of fatherhood. To fulfill their dream, they froze his sperm before the operation. Mr. Park repeatedly told the hospital, "This was our last hope, it must be kept safe." The hospital had assured them with absolute confidence. They claimed their advanced equipment would ensure perfect safety. Yet to their horror, the hospital still failed to preserve the sperm. The couple couldn't accept this cruel reality. Furious, they confronted the hospital. The head administrator showed no empathy. She even smirked, suggesting they freeze more sperm at the hospital's expense. Her smile was particularly offensive. When the man refused to back down, she turned serious and dismissed them. The wife stopped Mr. Park from acting violently. But as they left, they overheard the administrator and receptionist whispering, calling the wife a monster and her future child the same. Mr. Park finally snapped and smashed hospital equipment. Devastated, the wife shut herself away, refusing to face anyone. It wasn't until Yoon Seok-hoon visited their home and encouraged her to stand up with Mr. Park for justice that she found courage. "What you should be ashamed of," he said, "is not your appearance, but how you shrink from others' stares and insults. Their words mean nothing." Empowered, the wife finally stepped into court to speak for herself. Mr. Park finished recounting everything. Yoon Seok-hoon took over. The hospital didn't just destroy sperm. They shattered the couple's hopes for a future and their right to parenthood. Even 1 billion won in compensation couldn't fix that. Yoon Seok-hoon's powerful arguments made the hospital and her boyfriend uneasy. Seeing reporters taking notes, the hospital feared bad press. They ordered her boyfriend to drop the case. The boyfriend requested a court recess. He then approached Yoon Seok-hoon to settle. Yoon Seok-hoon proposed an offset. The hospital pay Mr. Park 100 million won. When the boyfriend objected, Yoon reminded him of the hospital's multi-billion-dollar investment projects. A single scandal could ruin everything. The reporters he brought could publish any time. The hospital should know what mattered most. After weighing the risks, the boyfriend agreed. He demanded no media coverage and that Mr. Park discuss the case with no one. In exchange, the hospital would drop all civil and criminal charges. After sealing the deal, Yoon told Mr. Park and his wife about the 100 million won compensation. The couple cried with joy, grateful to Yoon and his team. Mr. Park's love moved Kang Hyo-min, but her own heart was in turmoil. Her boyfriend proposed with a ring. She didn't want lies in their relationship. She revealed she wasn't an only child. She had a twin sister with hereditary hearing loss. Her aunt and uncle were also deaf. Her parents believed her sister would fare better with her aunt than in a hearing world, so they sent her away at 5. Her family wasn't perfect, as her boyfriend thought. He couldn't accept imperfection in his ideal image. Worried the deafness gene might affect their future children, he took back the ring and left, claiming he needed time to think. Days later, Kang learned from a friend that her boyfriend was dating. She rushed to the restaurant and signed, "He's a jerk." That night, heartbroken, Kang worked late alone. Yoon happened to be there too. She asked him what he thought of Mr. Park and his wife's love. Yoon replied, "I'd stay by Mr. Park's side too. Anyone who abandons their loved ones in trouble isn't just unloving, they're heartless." Before leaving, Yoon praised Kang without restraint. "You handled Mr. Park's case very well.